Kawhi Leonard back on the court when the Spurs play the New Orleans Pelicans next Thursday. Again, that's what my sources are telling me. That could be the first time that we see Kawhi Leonard back on the basketball court for the first time since January 13th.
That was the excellent Lisa Salters reporting. Kawhi targeting Thursday against the Pelicans for his return from injury. The man has only played 9 games this season, Chance, and you were talking about playing yourself back into form. Is he good enough that even cold, coming in cold, he can be the solution to San Antonio's problems here?
Well, he's better than what they have, so it'd be a welcome addition to have him back. Now, will he be playing at the level that he left off in that game 1 and goes? Probably not, right? But this is, for one, this is my favorite player in the league. Okay. It really is. I love the way he plays. I love his grit. I love his grind. But I just don't know how much, differently he'll be this season, because they need a lot with what they have to do to even make the playoffs at this point.
But it's not like he hasn't been playing basketball. He hasn't been playing in NBA games, of course. But, he's been spotted at the NBPA in the gym in New York City. And I would think, with everything that's at stake with his career moving forward, he wouldn't be coming back unless he believed he could impact the game on both ways. And he is one of the top, 5 two-way players in the league right now. I think with him, and plus the continuity of him knowing what the Spurs are trying to accomplish, it's not like Gordon Hayward with the new group. They should be enough to get them.
Did you say top 5 two-way players?
Oh, did I underrate him there? Is he top 2? He's number 1?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
That's another story for another day.
I like to hedge. I gotta cover these guys. I don't want to. I don't want to offend Julius Randle.
Who's right? Who's clearly the best one-on-one defender in the league, according to Luke Walton. Who's your top 3 two-wayers?
I would say Kawhi Leonard when healthy.
Okay.
Obviously. I would say Paul George. And probably Anthony Davis.
KD leads the league in blocks.
I said Paul George. Okay. Why?
And LeBron's not in that group anymore.
Yeah. No, I don't. LeBron is getting to a point where he can, in moments, he can
be
defend.
that kind of defender.
He got to do too much on the offensive end right now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He got to take other matchups that the guy's not doing. He has to do too much. It's 15th year.
Right.
So he's going to be on the other end of that one, but that would be my top 3 right now.
Well, despite Kawhi being your number 1 two-way player, I do think what matters to the Spurs less this year. I mean, look, every year you want to win a championship. Every year you've got Greg Popovich as your coach. You've got a shot to win a championship. But I think they know this doesn't feel like a championship season with the way the Rockets and the Warriors are going in the West. To me, what's most important about this next month and Kawhi playing is just getting him reintegrated into the team, having him feel like a part of the team, because they both have to make a decision, both management and Kawhi this summer, about whether they're going to extend that deal and supermax him. And if they don't, if he doesn't sign new paper with them, they're probably going to look to trade him. So you want to make sure that he gets back into the fold, and he wants to make sure of that. So I think that, to me, is what we're going to watch. I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure some wins wouldn't hurt anyone in San Antonio either. I want to talk about the Timberwolves. They beat the Warriors yesterday, 31 points, 16 rebounds from Karl Anthony Towns, the walking double-double. He scored 14 points in the 4th quarter, carried the Wolves down the stretch. So I don't know, Jimmy Butler giving his boy Kitty Cat, as he said on social media, a little bit of a bump, said he could do it. Do you think that the Cat can do this with Jimmy Butler out?
He's holding down the fort, and he's helping them win games, but he will never carry the Wolves as long as Jimmy's on the team, because it's Jimmy's team.
Right.
So I think, much like Isaiah Thomas, didn't want to use the word revenge, I don't want to use the word carry when it comes to Karl Anthony Towns. He still needs to maximize himself defensively. We talked about two-way players, but certainly he's an offensive force. He has the touch. He has the ability to put it on the floor, play out of the post, play in the perimeter. And, in a very tough Western Conference, he's keeping them afloat. So he deserves a ton of credit, but he's never going to be the guy to carry the Wolves as long as Jimmy Butler wears, those weird striped jerseys.
The highlighter jerseys?
Jimmy Butler, another one of those top two-way guys, but Big Cat is not a guy that's going to average 30 and 15.
Right.
But he can have those big nights. I think he's a perfect number 2 guy, but it's Jimmy's team. They need Jimmy to come back and be Jimmy. The way that he's been throughout the season since, I think December, when he said, you know what, I'm done, I'm taking it over.
Right.
But I'm a big fan of Big Cats. I really am. I mean, I love his motor out there, his intensity.
Why couldn't he go do that every night?
Well, I just think it's so much of a guards league, to be honest with you. You got to play through the guard. I mean, he needs somebody to be able to throw it to him He can't just bring it like AD and Boogie, bring it down and do all of that. He's a different player a little bit.
Yeah.
But he's going to be effective every single night.
Yeah, I like that. All right, the Warriors, the other side of that equation, they have lost 2 straight, both without Steph Curry, spraining his ankle last week against the Spurs. I mean, look, Curry ankle issues, that always worries Warriors fans. It's not his first sprain of the season. Are you worried about Curry's ankle, Chance?
I am worried about it. You know, it's not like this is the first or second, third, fourth time. I mean, this has been an issue for him his entire career. It kind of, you know, it no pun intended, it crippled him early in his career from reaching his potential. Mm-hmm. This is an issue. It really is. As a guy that was a point guard that had, you know, my ankles was like noodles. You know? So I always tweak my ankles. It's a problem. And that team is totally different without him, you know, and he's been playing on a level that has been incredible this year, so I'm concerned about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm with you. It worries me 4 times this year that he's tweaked that right ankle, and it makes you realize the rarity that we have someone like LeBron James in year 15 has played all 66 games for the Cavs this year. But, you know, Tex Winter, former assistant coach for the Bulls and Lakers, had this great quote: "Fatigue makes cowards of us all." And, you know, if your body will not gives up on you, you can't be the player that you mentally have the capacity to be, your skill set. If you have all that and your body doesn't cooperate, it doesn't matter.
I mean, obviously, the way defenses play is completely different against the Warriors if Steph's not on the floor. I mean, KD has obviously put up better numbers last season and parts of the season, but Steph is the one who changes the dynamic of the game for them, right?
Well, big time, because he not only is he the offensive threat that he is, but the passes and plays and the easy singles that he hits out there when they double him in the pick and roll, getting into that secondary playmaker.
Right.
Seamless. I mean, that's what opens up the game and opens up the flow for this team. So that's a problem.
And again, it's interesting. We all thought going into the season, oh, it's going to be such a gimme, right? Wasn't it? Why even play the season? Because whatever. It's going to be Warriors, Cavs again, that kind of thing. Warriors do look, again, not like they're going to lose, but they look vulnerable, that it's possible for someone to go out and take it from them. We'll have to see what kind of fight they put up. I'm sure it will be a big one. Trailblazers riding a 9-game winning streak. Speaking of teams in the West who think they've got something, we will find out from these guys if they are, in fact, the real deal. But first, check out our distant replay. This date, 2010.
They had that overtime thriller going head-to-head 3 years ago. LeBron inside, reverse. Oh, LeBron James, you're a bad
man. He can still do that today.
He can still do that.
Just a little less hair.
He took their breath away.